Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is your brother Yezreela from the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous, who are the biblical Israelites. And before I start, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakadash. That Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Ahaya, it's Yahweh, the creator of all the ancient of days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahushai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, ignorantly speaking. And we give double honors to our elders in GMS where we learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down in the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth. Shalom to you. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, La Bakar in the Hebrew, the chosen that are about to be saved, the house of David. Shalom to you. And shalom to the speckled birds among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but return to the house of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. The date today is May 30th of 2025, our hopeful year of salvation and the destruction of the nation of Edom. And we're going to be speaking about a wicked servant. The wicked servant represents our people that want the Lord to forgive them, but they won't forgive their own brothers and sisters. Okay? So we're going to go to the parable and then get some understanding on this. So this is Matthew 18 and 23. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents. But for as much as he had not paid, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and his children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. Then the Lord of the servant was moved with his compassion, and loosed him, and forgave him the debt. But the same servant went out and found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence. And he laid hands on him and took him by the throat, saying, Pay me that thou owest. Right? So the Lord, the king, forgave him, but he couldn't forgive his servant. Verse 29. And his fellow servants fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, Have patience with me, and I will pay thee. And he would not, but went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt. So when his fellow servants saw that was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their Lord all that was done. Then the Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant, I forgave thee all that debt, because thou desirest me. Should not thou also have for compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee? And his Lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors, well, he should pay all that was due unto him. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if you from your hearts forgive not everyone his brother their trespass. Okay? And this parable, a lot of these Christians and Catholics say they believe, but they don't follow anything that the Messiah would do and give examples. They're hypocrites. People of your own family that call themselves Christians and Baptists are your biggest enemies. Wasn't it said that the enemies will be of your own household? Because these are people that are calling themselves Christians and Catholics and Baptists and follow the Lord and I love Jesus, and they say all these things with their lips, but with their hearts, they're far from it. Let's get one more verse to get some more understanding. And I'm going to get it in the ESV because I think it reads more clearly and hits to the point. Right? This is 1 Timothy 5:8. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, this is your family, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Okay? So there you go. These are so-called Christians and Catholics. These are people in your own family that have not spoken to their own family members for 20 or 30 years for something they did that long ago. But they'll forgive a stranger. They'll forgive an office member, but they won't forgive their own blood. And that's part of the curses in Deuteronomy 28. Now let's read it in the King James. 1 Timothy 5:8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Let's look up that word infidel, because that sounds pretty heavy. We've heard this word infidel, but let's see in the Greek what it says. Apistos.
Strong's G 571. Apistos. Apistos.
Unfaithful, faithless, incredible of things, unbelieving, incredulous. That's a perfect word. Without trust in God. Wow. Unbeliever, infidel, which believe not. Remember, these Christians are fake Christians. Remember, that word Christian has been hijacked. Okay, so you hear about these Christians, they're not the Christians of old. They're not the real Israelites that were doing the law, statute, commandment. These are posers. Okay, these are heathens, not the real Christians. Remember, the word Christian comes from the root word Christos, which means anointed. Who is the anointed of the Most High? It's the Israelites. Okay, nobody else. This is an ethnic slur for an ethnic people. But they'll call themselves Christians, but they won't call themselves niggers, because that's an ethnic slur that were called at the same time in Acts 11, and in Acts 13 they were calling them niggers. So you'll hear Christians, "Oh, I'm a Christian." "Oh, are you a nigger?" "Huh? What?" They don't consider, right? They don't consider that this is an ethnic slur for an ethnic people, and they have hijacked that term. That's why we don't call ourselves the Hebrew Christian Israelites. We call ourselves Hebrew Israelites, because that name has been hijacked really by our oppressors, by our culture vultures. But that's it, brothers and sisters, just to show you that the enemies are of your own household. These are the ones that say they love the Messiah, but they don't even forgive their own brother. They want the Messiah to forgive them for their trespasses, for their transgressions, but they don't want to forgive their own brother, right? What does it say? Remove that beam from the eye, right? Before you speak of this illfully. And these people have not, because they're not real Christians. They don't believe in the law, statutes, and commandments. Believe you. They believe in religion, in Christianity, the religion, not the Bible. And that's it, brothers and sisters. I hope you understand that these people are fakes. They're not true believers. Remember, in the last days, the Lord is waking up the elect, which are the true believers. So that's it, brothers and sisters. I hope you understand what time we're in, that these fake people are going to be pushed aside. Remember, they're going to be dividing. The Lord is going to divide the sheep from the goats. Don't be a goat. Be of the house of Israel if you're an Israelite, and don't be as the heathens. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Barakatham Rakakedash, and he that have ears let him hear. Shalom.